What if Bitcoin is about to get a massive move that most people are not ready for? What if Market Cipher B was right now about to confirm a very rare signal that always results in a huge move for Bitcoin? What if Bitcoin was holding the volume weighted average price since April? What if Bitcoin was also holding the Fibonacci golden pocket that we've had since June's low? What if Bitcoin was also bouncing from a very key level of support on the chart? Now, this is very important. What if
Jason Casper was the best YouTube analyst in the world? Wouldn't you like his video and subscribe to his channel?
So here's the deal. The Bitcoin price right now is printing a very bullish continuation pattern down here on Market Cipher B. And within the context of everything that's happened since April, it's my view right now that we are about to see a bullish move to the upside from this area. The Bitcoin price right now is coming down to the key level support around $107.2 thousand. We're bouncing from the Fibonacci golden pocket from the low down here in June to the all-time high, and we're currently holding the anchored VWAP from the low in April. When we take a look at all this together, you can see that back here in April, we printed what's known as a bullish divergence. The price came down to bounce from none other than the entire bull market uptrend. In fact, we can go back and look at all of this since 2022, draw a trend line, and see that back in April, the Bitcoin price was getting bounced perfectly from this level. Now, when we zoom in, we can see that from the time we get the bounce from the key support, we make a higher high and we make a higher low, bouncing from the volume weighted average price, this anchored VWAP right here, back testing about $100,000. This is a very important support, and as you can see, our indicator Market Cipher B down here gave us what's known as a trigger wave. A trigger wave is when the oscillator prints a momentum wave that is, you can basically draw a trend line and see continued direction with both the money flow and the momentum waves. Since this time, we've made a higher high, an all-time high, and we're currently coming down right now to backtest another key support. It's also the anchored VWAP from the low, but if we just take a trend line from these previous highs, you can see it was resistance, resistance, flipped into support, and now it's acting as support again. When we look at our oscillator, we're printing something known as a hidden bullish divergence. When you make your first high or low in an uptrend, you expect the momentum waves to continue direction. Every other high or low in the uptrend from this point onward is characterized by a lower momentum wave. Let me show you exactly what I mean. If we go back to our weekly time frame, we can see that throughout the entirety of this uptrend here, we had our bullish divergence to mark the low. Big momentum wave, small momentum wave as the price is getting lower to key support, giving us the juicy uneven butt cheek pattern with a fat, chunky left cheek and a skinny right cheek like the waitress at the diner coming out spilling your coffee because she can't walk straight with uneven glutes. But you can see the price gets a bounce from this area. Now, the next higher low we make in 2023 in September, it was characterized by a trigger wave, right? Continued direction, continued money flow. Now look at this higher low and look at this higher low. They are now characterized by the momentum waves getting lower on the weekly time frame. So when we come now back to the daily, we're seeing the same pattern that we saw on the weekly, except now it's playing out on a lower time frame. We have our juicy, uneven butt cheek pattern in April. We have our first trigger wave that, we have our juicy, uneven butt cheek pattern back here in April. We have our first trigger wave back here in June, and now we're having our first hidden bullish divergence right now in the first day of September. And not only is this a hidden bullish divergence, but you see it's a big bottom on the daily time frame. So doesn't this mean, Jason, things are bearish? I mean, after all, momentum's getting lower, money flow's getting lower. Well, here's the thing. When you are in an uptrend, the trend is your friend. So you do need to be biased for more upside. So long as the Bitcoin price is not losing this key level of support, so long as the Bitcoin price is not going to be losing the anchored VWAP, as long as the Bitcoin price is not going to be losing the golden pocket, as long as the Bitcoin price is not going to be losing key support, well, we have to be looking for a bounce at, just objectively speaking, what is a beautiful breakout and back test here, right? Resistance twice, breakout, this is a back test. Very similar to what happened over here, all right? We had this level of resistance, support, resistance, flip. It was resistance, breakout, back test. Very similar to what happened over here in January 2024. We had this resistance, we had our breakout, we had our back test. and now off to the races. Now, am I saying the exact low is definitely in right now? I'm not saying that, because last time we touched into the anchored VWAP, we definitely did dip a little bit lower. However, what I am saying is, if we're going to see more of a move to the upside this year, leading into next year, this is one of the areas where if it doesn't happen from here, man, we could see a big move to the downside. And so whenever I'm personally looking for a good swing trade, all right, this is not financial advice. I'm just a guy on a treadmill, holding a plunger, screaming into it, trading millions of dollars with high leverage. This is not for you. All right, this is what I do. Whenever I'm looking for a good swing trade, I like to go from the make it or break it zones where I know I'm risking very little. When we took the long from here in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, when I took the long from here in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, where I told my whole community I'm going long, right? When we took the long from down here, even when we took the long from down here in the Casper Crew VIP Discord. And in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, man, we always give the setups in advance to let you know when we are going live at jasoncaspertrading.com. But you have to understand that these are very low risk, very high reward trades. Because if we're going to continue up in the fall leading into the winter, we understand how key of a support this is. And we understand our target is going to be pretty high, right? We're risking a little bit to make a lot. Just like when we took a trade down here, we're risking a little bit to potentially hit a new all-time high and make a lot, right? It's much different than taking a trade in the middle of nowhere. These are very key levels. And so for me, it's always worth the risk when I know, okay, I'm risking a little bit. I know where I'm wrong. We lose the support, we're wrong. But the reward potential here is very high. And not only is it a technical level on the chart, but I do believe we are seeing bullish signs printing. Now, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins along with me, I'm currently trading on KCEX and BLOFIN. Links to both of these are in the pinned comment and description. And both of these exchanges are giving away thousands of dollars during my weekly live streams. You don't even have to deposit anything in order to be eligible for the giveaway. All right. So this is where we are right now for Bitcoin. It's a very important week. Within the next 2 weeks leading up to the rate decision that Jerome Powell and the FOMC and the Fed are going to make, we are probably going to see a bit of volatility surrounding that event. And so these are the times where we really need to pay attention to what is happening with the Bitcoin price. So make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. May God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua the Messiah. I do sincerely pray that you and your family are blessed in many ways. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace!